Nico Iamaleava on UCLA, Tennessee football, and NIL deals. In a striking moment that captured attention, Nico Iamaleava made his first public appearance since departing from Tennessee football, donning a suit in UCLA's signature blue, while highlights of his time at Tennessee played on the screen behind him. Interestingly, during his 10-minute segment on the Big Ten Network at the Football Media Days in Los Angeles, there was no mention of his former team, the Volunteers. This omission was expected, as the network aimed to spotlight Iamaleava's new chapter at UCLA rather than his past in the SEC. Iamaleava adhered to this narrative, choosing not to reference Tennessee at all. Instead, he expressed his enthusiasm for UCLA, which is conveniently located near his family in Long Beach, California. "I really appreciate the entire coaching staff and the players I already knew on the team," he shared. "When I visited for the first time, I felt an immediate sense of belonging. It was a great feeling, and I'm truly grateful for this opportunity. Plus, being closer to my family means they can now attend my games, which is really special to me." This interview marked Iamaleava's first public comments since his unexpected exit from Tennessee in April, a decision that stemmed from a dispute over his name, image, and likeness NIL deal. Reports indicated that he was seeking to renegotiate his contract, which was already valued at over $2 million annually. According to ESPN's Chris Lowe, Iamaleava's representatives aimed to increase this figure to $4 million per year, leveraging the possibility of his transfer as a bargaining chip. His departure was swift. He missed Tennessee's vital spring practice and the orange and white spring game before entering the transfer portal and ultimately choosing UCLA. The specifics of his NIL agreement with UCLA have not yet been disclosed. Interestingly, Iamaleava's transfer triggered a ripple effect, leading quarterback Joey Aguilar to move from UCLA to Tennessee, where he will vie for the starting position alongside Jake Merklinger and George McIntyre. UCLA's head coach, DeShaun Foster, expressed admiration for Iamaleava's resilience, particularly noting his performance during Tennessee's 42-17 defeat against Ohio State in the 2024 college football playoff. Despite throwing for a season-low 104 yards in that game, Iamaleava showcased his toughness by rushing for 2 touchdowns and enduring several hard hits while remaining in the pocket. "We're thrilled to have a playoff-caliber quarterback who has led his team to such heights," Foster remarked. While the outcome wasn't what they hoped for, his performance demonstrated his grit. "Coming back home to a familiar environment, I believe he has limitless potential." Iamaleava played a crucial role in helping Tennessee achieve a 10-3 record, culminating in their inaugural college football playoff appearance, while UCLA finished the previous season with a 5-7 record. "My primary goal is to reinstate a championship culture at Westwood," Iamaleava stated. "I despise losing, so I'm all about winning." In a twist that stirred some debate, UCLA initially announced Iamaleava's transfer with a graphic showing him in a number 8 jersey, the same number he wore at Tennessee. This sparked controversy because UCLA's number 8 is retired in honor of the legendary quarterback Troy Aikman, a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. However, it has since been confirmed that Iamaleava will wear number 9, as indicated on UCLA's updated roster for the 2025 season. As the conversation around Iamaleava's transfer continues, it raises intriguing questions about the dynamics of college football, NIL deals, and the impact of player movements on team rosters. What are your thoughts on the implications of such transfers? Do you believe NIL negotiations are becoming too influential in college sports? Share your opinions in the comments. UCLA QB Nico Iamaleava shows respect for Dan Lanning amid transfer saga. When it comes to the transfer saga involving UCLA quarterback Nico Iamaleava and Oregon's coaching staff, there's a lot of speculation and mystery. But here's where it gets controversial. Did Dan Lanning, the head coach at Oregon, play any role in the negotiations that led to Iamaleava leaving Tennessee for UCLA? Despite all the rumors, Iamaleava has made it clear that he holds no grudges against the Ducks coach. In his first public comments since making the switch to UCLA this spring, Iamaleava addressed the complex situation that unfolded in April. At the time, ESPN reported that Tennessee became aware of contact between Iamaleava's representatives and Oregon before the start of spring practice. However, Oregon claimed no interest in pursuing Iamaleava. Another twist came from 247 Sports analyst Josh Pate, who suggested that Lanning had reached out to Tennessee's head coach, Josh Heupel. When asked about these claims, Iamaleava remained tight-lipped, stating, "I'm hearing from the media just like you guys are. All I focused on was football, letting my business team handle the rest." Dan Lanning himself stayed mum on the matter when questioned in April. He maintained, "I don't remember saying that I contacted Tennessee." This ambiguity has only fueled the debate among fans and analysts. It's worth noting that Oregon had shown significant interest in Iamaleava during the recruitment process. He was ranked as the third best prospect in the 2023 class, just ahead of Dante Moore, who ended up signing with UCLA but later transferred to Oregon. Last year, Iamaleava demonstrated impressive skills, completing 63.8% of his passes for 2,616 yards, with 19 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. Despite the turmoil surrounding his decision, Iamaleava expressed nothing but respect for Dan Lanning. "I knew Dan Lanning when he was recruiting me at Oregon," he said. "He's a great coach, and I have nothing but admiration for him." This sentiment suggests that the relationship between the player and the coach remains professional and respectful, regardless of the off-field drama. This situation raises interesting questions about the nature of college football transfers and the behind-the-scenes dynamics within programs. As the season approaches, many will be watching closely to see how both teams adapt to these changes. What do you think? Should coaches be involved in transfer negotiations, or should they focus solely on their current roster? Share your thoughts in the comments below.